All right. For all the marbles, all of them. We got to go against Tape Decky with a hand that's not so good. We're going second, but then we need to have a land by turn 2. I don't want to keep this one. I think this is a mulligan hand. This is a better hand. Yeah, so I'm glad I mulliganed. I always hate mulliganing. I always feel like I'm doing the wrong thing. Path, do we want to leave that on top? Maybe? Maybe land would be better. Path better. Land better. Path better. Land better. Path better. Land better. Land because I want to go into Arlen on turn 3. And we have a removal spell right here. Or we could do another Rokuri on turn 2. That sounds good too, especially with an Arlen. If we can manage it, then that would be sick. Hashtag sick. And we can still bolt and Tarmogoyf. That's not like the worst thing in the world here. I think we're gonna probably against a Jund deck. That's the only deck I know that goes like this turn 2 and doesn't do very much. Or maybe we're against Junk. Maybe against we're Asben again. Whatever we're against, it's also a 3-1 deck, so it's worth looking at least 1-3 other times. Red, Faithless Looting. Okay, so it's probably either a Madness deck or a like a Dredgevine deck. Or it could be what? This is a weird deck. Okay, so when it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. At the end step, you can exile it. And then it comes back and it gains haste. Right. And then it's got some Ensnaring Bridge stuffs. Alright, well, I'm glad we got a Noble Hierarch out then. We got a land. Noble Hierarch. Seems good enough for me. I think I'd rather play the Noble Hierarch and play the Tarmogoyf now that Tarmogoyf's big as well. It's not like we're against an 8-rack deck. I don't know, man. What is this? This is a weird deck that I have no clue. I'm just gonna race. Seems to be my best option. Arlen Flippy is actually really good against an Ensnaring Bridge as well. So 4 cards in hand, sure. That's fine with me. So it means I still get at least 1 big attack. Let's go with an Arlen Flippy. I know it might seem like I should do the +1, but the bolting is going to be worth mentioning. I guess maybe we do the... Well, no, because we can do the +1 to this maybe next turn. I don't know. No, because we're going to still have a wolf. So that'll be fine. The wolf can maybe attack next turn. I don't... he'd have to go up to 5 and then play 3 spells in order for the wolf not to be able to attack. And I can always +1 as well. So this should be fine. She means Spirit Guide enters the battlefield. Ha! Good one. You exiled it. You did it. But this is fine. If they can't kill my Arlen, then I can still win this game just by flipping a bunch of times. Nahiri? Nahiri's gonna have to kill off my my Noble Hierarch, right? Nope. Alright, well I can kill the Nahiri. That's not an issue. 2 cards in hand. Let's go to attack phase. And I can kill Nahiri. If I attack like this, I get 4, so all I need to do is bolt it. Then let's go ahead and bolt that Nahiri. Yes, get rid of it. Then I think the correct answer is going to be start plussing it, maybe? I've got no real reason to bolt right now. Put out Knight of the Reliquary and put this out. Knight of the Reliquary will be so that I can get my Keswick Wolf run. So he's got to play 2 spells to not let my Wolf attack, and way more to not let, like, my Noble Hierarchs attack. And that's going to actually do the opposite here. He's still got to play 2 spells now. Okay. Yeah, I'll use Path's ability. I don't see why not. Okay, that's a good draw. I'll take it. I'll take that draw any day. Boom. Everyone attack. Boom. Now I got 3. So now we can just 2 bolts and we'll win the game. Arlen doing work. Doing work, Arlen. So good. So good, Arlen. Sure, faithless loot. Loot for some faith. And then become faithless and have no loot. Cool, we win it. Arlen, good job, man. Alright, Blood Moon seems like a pretty good idea. He casts a lot of red spells there, but just, like, stopping him from doing anything else is kind of cool. He mostly had spells, right? He didn't really have any creatures that I can think of, so actually Thalias are pretty good. He's like a hide behind maybe Blood Moon-esque kind of thing. If he's hide behind Blood Moon, should I be siding it in Blood Moon? Probably not. Let's take out the Blood Moon here. I think we are going to be fine with this too, because if literally the only way he can deal with us is to put out a thing, we could just, like, we had enough mana to Fracturing Gust there. I think this is fine. I think this is good at where it's at. Maybe bring an Aven Mind Sensor, but it didn't seem like that was super relevant. I'm going to take out the Scavenger News. Didn't seem like it was super great there. 8 like 1 or 2 flashback spells. All this stuff seems great. I mean, we can ultimate at any point with any of these, and then it's sort of like crappy for him. Maybe we take out a Path, because I didn't see any like really worthwhile creatures. I'm going to leave in like the Oath of Nissas to like get into my Thalias. That my most importantly, my like Qasali Pride Mages. If he is a Blood Moon-esque deck, then we kind of want to get to the Pride Mage anyways. This is a great hand. This stops like bridges. If he puts out like 2 bridges, it's totally fine because we can Fracturing Gust away like all the bridges. We'll go for a Noble first to get into Knight. I don't really have enough red in my deck to really justify trying to work around basics. I want to be able to avoid a Blood Moon if the Blood Moon were to happen. And also, I need to make sure that my Knight is a 4/4 coming out, because it's got red. Because this guy has some red. Tormenting Voice? Sure. I think maybe people were just like, didn't know what they're doing against this deck. I don't think I'm definitely the worst off whatsoever when it comes to this deck. Like, if he's rushing into getting himself a like bridge, I'm still pretty well ahead. And he's getting basic, so I'm assuming he's trying to avoid a Blood Moon. But I mean, I'm fine. Like, if I've got a good enough hand and I know Blood Moon exists, what the hell? Okay, well that's something. It's not the end of the game for me yet, though, so I'm not like completely dead. Totally sets me back. But if he just like doesn't have any answers after that, I'm still fine. He's got a lightning bolt me. That's all he's got to do at this point. You didn't see that coming. That came out of like West Field, you know. Pyroclasm. That's funny. All right, so we're still fine. Let's go for a knight. Like we're not dead yet. By a long shot, actually. Nahiri, sure. This is a weird deck. It's definitely not good, but it's weird to say the least. It's definitely not a good deck, but it's definitely weird. Like, he had the right cards to just sort of take me out there. Sure, we'll take the Elspeth. I would have preferred having those bolts, but whatever, that's fine. Like, again, we're definitely not dead yet. So... I mean, we're probably dead. I don't think we can win this game, but I would like to see more of his deck, by all means. He had the right hand. He went first. There's not really much more to say about it other than that. No, he's got it because he's just gonna go ahead and Emrakul next turn. Okay, so that's the kind of game he's playing. Then we want to keep in the oozes. Oozes seem better than the voices at that rate. Then Gedok Tag stops him from being able to cast his Nahiris. And probably a like other things that are worth mentioning. Path is not any good because he puts out a thing. What do they call it? A giant tentacle monster. Even Mind Sensor's probably better. We could probably get him on the Blood Moon. So that's worth mentioning. We take out the bolts then, too. This is pretty top-heavy over here. But it should work. We got an Oath of Nissa to, like, try to find whatever we need to do to win the game. Plus, we have a lot of aggro right here. I'll take it. And this will get a non-basic. That's a weird deck, man. I don't think it wins against, like, counterspells or anything similar to that. Thoughtseize, sure. I mean, if you were smart, I'd take out the Oath of Nissa, but that's just me. Okay. Obviously, you don't care. Which is fine by me. It's not like I'm casting anything next turn other than Oath. I'm not casting in the night, so I'd rather put the 3-4 out. If he's doing that, he must be weak to aggro right now. He's going to take the damage. Okay. Probably have a bolt then. Alright, put you at 10 then. Do I put down beef or do I put down... I think I put down beef. If he just, like, kills me, Faithless Looting into, like, into, what do you call it? Like, he has to have the perfect card in order to do that. And I don't think I'm beating that anyways. The only way that I'm beating around that... No, I'm totally still not beating that. So we're just going to play the strong play here. We're just going to play the knight. The Keswick Wolf Run stops, like... Alright, we win the game. Cool. Guess he just didn't have it. To be honest with you, man, that deck was all sorts of just everywhere, but I'm sure the 3 games he won was, like, they didn't really know how to deal with that deck. I did. I saw what it was. It was a Blood Moon, maybe lock, which I don't think it was now that I'm looking at it, but it could have been. It was a like a graveyard-based Goros Vengeance deck to get out a the Emrakul. It used a bridge to try to lock the field down. It tried to use some madness stuff with Nahiri to win a longer game if it was behind a bridge. So once that was in mind, I just sideboarded correctly. I had stuff that I knew was good against it randomly. Like, let's see what I got. Ooh, lots of play points. And lots of... And 1 pack. I got 1 pack and lots of play points. New, like, random stuff was good against, like, a bridge. Like, my Noble Hierarch, my Keswick Wolf Run, and Arlen is actually really good against a bridge because the longer they wait behind a bridge, the more I can just flip back and forth, attack with my 0-cost Noble Hierarchs, and then just, like, either get to its ultimate and kill you just by having a Tarmogoyf out that taps for 1 billion, or just bolting you to death. Likewise, like, I can use Knight to minimize my library, so I'm only drawing good cards while you're drawing maybe crap. And she actually plays well with the Arlen as well, since I minimized my thing, I could run into my Pride Mage and blow it up and then just attack for lethal with a Knight. Or if Arlen ultimates, which I've never actually done, then Knight just taps and wins the game. So, yeah, there's just a ton of stuff that I knew about that. So, cool. 4-1, the daily, or not the daily, the league. Is this a good deck? Yeah, totally is a good deck. I think this is something you could run. I'm feeling a little weird that I've got such high mana cost here since I took out a Birds of Paradise. I might readjust that. Like, this might turn into a Thrund. This might turn into like a natural state or something. Basically saying the only defense I have against Boggles is this. Could turn into also against a Spellskite. since that's good against Boggles as well. While not being super great against Affinity, I still have, I think, a bunch of removal against Affinity. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely run this at your local F&M if you want. It's a great deck. The Oath of Nissa really pushes it over the top. Thanks for watching, guys.